I am currently sitting on a pillow pet because I wasn't tall enough for the camera angle. We're not gonna address that again. Hello, welcome to my new and improved channel. So if you don't know me, my name is Lex. I use they them pronouns, please and thank you. I am the host of the Lex Luthor System. We currently have 12 kind of alters headmates. I say currently because it's always changing. And by changing, I mean I either discover alters that have kind of dug themselves down so I can't discover them, or new ones are created due to new stressors or traumas. So you might recognize us. We had an old YouTube channel. The problem was that YouTube channel was our, well, Lex, me, the host, original YouTube channel. So it had a mix of everything. So personal life, music, videos for other people, etc. And we discovered very quickly that it wasn't great to have our personal life so open for others to see, especially getting towards the end. We got a lot of negativity and we stopped for a while. You also might recognize us from TikTok. Very addicted to that app. Really that's more of a coping mechanism than anything for us. Really, we do a little bit education on there, but for the most part it's really for like fun, for laughs, just to be able to be ourselves without judgment, even though there is judgment. So why this channel? Why now? You're like,
what's going on?
We've always had a really deep want and urge to help others, and right now during quarantine we're not really able to do that in the same way that we were before. And also recently, if you are a part of the DID community, there's a lot of tension kind of going on and a lot of drama. So, you know, sometimes it's good to come back and try to be a positive light, because there's so much hurt and trauma and stress going on right now, you know. I'm not coming, look at my beautiful stupid face. I look like a potato. You know when you just kind of get that feeling. I don't know if you get that feeling. I get really like, I know I'm supposed to do something, but I don't want to do it and I hold it back. And I've been feeling it for about like 3 months that I should start this channel up again. So here we are. Some of you might be like super lost and going,
what the hell is this person talking about? What is DID?
So DID is otherwise known as Dissociative Identity Disorder. It used to be known, and this is a very outdated term, we in the community do not use it because it's outdated. It used to be known as multiple personality disorder. That was changed in the DSM in 1994. So that's older than me. So you get why we don't use that term anymore, and it's not very accurate. Why do we use dissociative identity disorder? Well, DID is a dissociative disorder. So what happens is in early childhood, usually before the age of 6, and, well, I should say, it has to happen in childhood and there has to be a trauma, because it is a traumatic disorder. In order to have DID, you had to have gone through some sort of traumatic event, and for people that traumatic event is different. A big symptom of DID is not remembering that trauma. So for most of my life, I was very blissfully unaware that I had ever gone through anything until I hit my early 20s. Well, I should say 19-year-old, 20. Started to remember things, got very confused, and luckily I was able to get resources to help get a diagnosis. Before my diagnosis, I did not know about any of this. I did not know about the DID community. I did not know what DID was. It was difficult. And when I first joined the community, really the only spaces we had was Tumblr. And I think maybe like 2 or 3 YouTube channels. So we decided to join, kind of like to try to educate, but we were still learning. Like, we really had just started our journey and we're jumping into it. And so many things have changed throughout the past few years, so it's important to continuously educate yourself, especially since this is such a difficult disorder. DID is a coping mechanism. It's a survival technique that is formed in childhood when a trauma occurs. So then the brain dissociates, creates an alter, headmate. There's several terms that many people use. An alter is created to take on that abuse and that trauma and those memories. So then the host or the OG person doesn't have to go through that, and it's not as, you're able to function. It's not fun. It's not, like I said, it's a coping mechanism. I did not say it was a positive coping mechanism. So as you get into your adulthood and maybe you do become aware of your different parts, headmates, etc., you discover, like, you notice your dissociation, or other people notice it. You notice you losing time, not remembering things, different handwriting, packages that you didn't order, just random things that just don't have an explanation. That's what happened to me, my dudes. So my very first time that I was kind of aware that I was dissociating wasn't until I was in college. I mean, I was really so distanced from my emotions, my feelings, from reality, that I wasn't aware that I was acting different around some people. I mean, I barely remember my childhood. I barely remember, like, high school. It really is surprising to a lot of people in my life that I ever went through something, because I hid it so well. And that's not my doing. That's all my beautiful headmates, and they protected me throughout the years. And now, as an adult, trying to take back that ownership, trying to deal with the flashbacks and the trauma memories, the body memories, etc., is difficult, because your instinct is to just dissociate and switch and not have to deal with the situation. So for me, my goal in therapy is to kind of be more present, more grounded. And I hope that through this channel I can kind of share some of my experiences, some of the techniques that I've learned over the years. I have learned too many techniques. If you ever have any questions, any suggestions, any videos that you do want to see, please comment. Yeah. So welcome. I'm so glad that you found this video, or that you saw it. Maybe I shared it somewhere. I don't know, but I and all my headmates are very excited to get to share some education and some coping mechanisms with you, and hopefully, you know, we can become a stronger community together. So, alright, that's all for now. I love you so much. I don't know what that was. Alright, I love you. I will hopefully see you very soon. Again, any suggestions, put down below. We love you very much. See you very soon. Bye.
Trying to think what else to talk about. I have notes. I did these all out of order.